Hello, this is Nathaniel C. Do my final presentation. I guess to start off, the presentation I felt like I did best on was the task that was related to my field of study of respiratory therapy. I feel like I did the best on this one because I was really confident in myself in teaching instead of spirometry. I also liked it because I felt pretty confident in teaching people that I didn't even know about how to do this thing that's very important pertaining to respiratory care. Um, I guess a presentation that I could redo would probably be the singing pig assignment. Um, I liked finding out about other people's um, singing pigs, but I had a hard time finding out what my own were. So I kind of felt like I didn't really give it like 100%. I was having a hard time relating it to um, other people's singing pigs. So I kind of had a hard time with that. Um, what I learned in front of audiences is you have to be confident. You have to know what you're talking about. Um, Not just that too, but you also have to feel inside of you, like deep down inside, like you know what you're talking about. Like you gotta sound professional and like you're an expert in an area. Um, I learned that like practice makes perfect too. Like you gotta practice, practice, practice. I remember before I would do any presentations, I would I do some dry runs with it, and I'd actually have to re-record a couple times because I didn't really feel 100% confident in what I was talking about. So I learned that you have to be confident in what you're saying. Also, I learned that people are generally understanding when you're presenting in front of a large group. People are usually aren't worried about what you're like the phrasing you're using, what phrases are you using, or anything like that. They're more like concentrating on what your message is, and they're not worried. They're not going to be really nitpicky generally. I guess some advice I give for people using visuals during these presentations was use a visual that explains more of like a complex idea in the presentation. Um, that kind of helps to drive like a point home. If you're talking about like what I did like with instead of spirometry, like it was very complex for me to explain it all on its own. But since it was nice to have that there and the little card that was there, it talked about the lung volumes, kind of helped to kind of drive a point home. So that's the advice I would give to somebody who was going to use visual aids. They help just to clarify what you're talking about. How to deal with like nervousness? I guess like take a deep breath, and I always just clear my head of any negative thoughts or even just any thoughts. Just focus on the task that you have to do. Focus on the presentation. In practice, practice as many times as you can. It makes perfect. It makes you also feel confident in what you're talking about and reassures your audience that you know what you're talking about. Some wisdom when using a webcam. At first it can be pretty intimidating. At first I was like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was trying to get the webcam on my computer to work, and I didn't know how to really do that and recording like YouTube. And so at first it was a little intimidating, but once I learned how to do it all, it was actually pretty fun and interesting. It can be empowering too. You can really talk to a broad or a bunch of people. So it was really interesting. I think it's very useful to use, and maybe someday I'll be using a lot more of it. So it's probably a good step in the right direction. So, I guess a lesson I learned from the singing pig is um, you don't try to argue with like the singing pig. You have to like come up with you have to collaborate and do some problem solving. You have to use your head and not to get you don't want to get down and dirty because that's you're really giving into it. And that's something I learned from the singing pig. And I think that's something you could apply to real life. I guess finally, like one thing I'd like to work on pertaining to like um, interpersonal communication is I guess I'd like to become better at interviews. I'm not. I think that's an area that anybody can improve on, but me in particular, I do okay at them, or I do really. I think I sometimes do poorly on them. I think maybe I'm not taking the time to prepare for them, or I'm not doing like a mock interview or anything like that. And I feel a little bit uptight when even going to the interview or about to go into the interview. So I think I need to like prepare myself a little bit more, and I need to maybe practice and just relax and just keep on practicing. So, well, that is my final presentation. Thank you very much. It was really interesting. I learned a lot, and good luck to you, and thank you very much again.